Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be talking about Goblin Slayer, a popular fantasy anime from 2018 about the tales of the Goblin Slayer, a silver-ranked adventurer who specializes in, well, you guessed it, killing goblins. The story revolves around him and his friends who travel from place to place to protect towns and villages by eradicating the green pests. In this video, we'll be exploring the backstory and more such info about Hiro, an adventurer with the platinum rank, the highest that can be obtained in the anime. So put on your seatbelts as we dive into marvelous videos, Hiro, the sole platinum-ranked adventurer in Goblin Slayer, explore. Before we get into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. It's a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Hiro in Goblin Slayer lore? Hiro is a young adventurer who obtained the platinum rank after engaging with the demon lord in a fierce battle and defeating him. She usually takes on quests that are more difficult and faces the demon forces and other similar threats along with her team. She often conceals her identity by disguising herself as a rookie adventurer by the name of Spear Girl. She has a tomboyish character and is one of the most daring adventurers in the anime. She can be impulsive at times and likes leaving an impression on the enemy, even if it comes at the cost of revealing their locations or strategies. She may appear arrogant as she is the highest ranking adventurer in the anime, but beneath her arrogance is kindness and love for her friends and teammates. She's also quick-witted and recognizes goblins as vicious creatures that must be eradicated, unlike other adventurers who see goblins as weak and worthless creatures. Most of her childhood was spent in an orphanage where she spent time with the nuns and other orphan children her age. But as a child, she was bold and daring, sneaking out of the orphanage very often to go play in the village. One day after sneaking out, she met Goblin Slayer, who was in the village to help get rid of the goblins. She was instantly fond of his work and followed him around all day, annoying him with her never-ending questions. Later, when Goblin Slayer finished off all the goblins in the village, he informed Hiro about it and she tried to help him with the injuries he got in the battle. Goblin Slayer asked her not to worry as he was going to the Temple of the Earth Mother, where he would certainly get help. This was her first meetup with Goblin Slayer in the story. When they met years later, they didn't recognize each other. What makes Hiro's appearance memorable? Hiro has the appearance of a young girl with dark cyan eyes and long black hair. One of her hair strands protrudes upwards and she wears a light blue headband decorated with bows, giving her a unique look. She has a holy sword as her primary weapon, which is light blue in color with silver borders and a magnificent golden blue handle. Her outfit is usually a white robe protected by silver chest plate armor, gloves, and boots. When she has her Spear Girl disguise on, she wears green garb and holds a spear in her hand, mimicking a female warrior. In the Year 1 manga and the first season of the anime, she has a different appearance with dark red hair and apricot-colored eyes instead of the usual cyan theme from later seasons. She also has a yellow headband in place of the regular blue one. The history of Hiro in Goblin Slayer. Hiro's arrival. In one of her quests to kill goblins in a cave, Hiro and her team found the remains of an ancient temple where a general to the mighty demon lord had taken shelter. They managed to slay his army of monsters, although Hiro lost her original sword in the process. It was here that Hiro first found the holy sword, which was buried in a nearby pedestal. She managed to pull it out and use it to slay every general of the demon lord, one after the other. She then learned about the powers and abilities of the holy sword, which was a sword of light full of magical abilities. With the help of the sword, she executed the demon lord and earned the platinum rank, becoming only the 10th person to ever do so. The Frontier Goblins. Hiro and her team went on a quest to confront a member of the evil sect. In the battle, the servant used his abilities to turn into a more monstrous and powerful being, but Hiro managed to slay him nonetheless. Later, they go to the Western Frontier to attend the upcoming Harvest Festival. Hiro gets to know from her friends about Goblin Slayer, who's helping to get rid of the goblin threats in the frontier. They acknowledge the threats possessed by goblins and head to the frontier together. Goblin Slayer. While in the Western Frontier, Hiro comes across Goblin Slayer, who is setting up traps for goblins. They have a brief chat about his equipment and the goblin threats in the area. Upon making sure that he isn't any threat, she runs off, leaving her friends annoyed. This arc is one of the most entertaining and action-packed arcs of the series, as we see Goblin Slayer battle the Dark Elf with his teammates, while Hiro herself battles the 100-headed giant Hecatonkari with her friends. Both teams manage to defeat their respective enemies and move on to their next quests. Gates to Hell. In this arc, Hiro and her team arrive at the Gates of Hell to capture the oncoming demons and close the gates. While Sage uses her magic to close the gate, Hiro manages to hold off the demons and slay them one after another using her holy sword. Later, she also faces a giant spider but executes it immediately. The Meteorite Trouble. Hiro and her team are invited by the king to investigate a strange meteorite that fell on the Holy Mountain. Upon investigating it, they find out about a lump of darkness that was holding onto the meteorite and was constantly expanding in size. Using her holy sword, she used an explosion-type attack that destroyed the lump, and once again, she saved the city using her powers. Rendezvous with the Rookie Warrior. In one of her quests to eliminate the Demon Lord's forces, Hero and her party came across Rookie Warrior, Apprentice Cleric, and Hairfolk Hunter, who were coming back after defeating the formidable Ice Witch's forces. Hero felt proud of the rookies who accomplished such a task, even as very low-ranked adventurers. She then congratulated the Rookie Warrior and asked him to protect his harem party. With this, they parted ways and the arc came to an end. Spear Girl! The opening scene shows Hero disguised as Spear Girl wandering alone in the western frontier. She then meets a spearman who came to inform her about the recent weird incidents taking place around the frontier and the Earth Mother's vineyard. Using this information, Hero and the other adventurers go out to investigate the site of the incidents, and Goblin Slayer finds a large mound of the undead. Hero then comes up with a strategy and unites all the other adventurers, leading to a coordinated attack where she takes on the Undead King while the other parties take care of the rest of the undead army. The Practice Dungeon. When winter arrived, the western frontier town had a practice dungeon built so that rookie adventurers could train themselves without having to face powerful monsters and risking their lives in the process. Hero and her team got some information about a monstrous sorcerer's apprentice hidden in a mountain attached to the practice dungeon, and they immediately head towards the mountain to help eliminate the threat. On their way to the dungeon, they come across the princess, who helps them find the exact location of the apprentice. Upon discovering his hideout, Hero engages in a fierce battle with him and is able to finish the apprentice off once and for all. Powers and abilities of Hero. Hero is an incredibly strong adventurer, holding the highest rank possible in the ranking system. She mostly uses her sword and spells to defeat the intimidating foes she faces in the anime. The Holy Sword. Hero found the Holy Sword on her very first quest as an adventurer, and it's been with her ever since. The sword is one of the most powerful weapons available in the anime and acts as a conductor for her spells. It can also deliver strong attacks on its own, according to the situation. Thanks to the sword, Hero has been able to defeat every single foe she's come across in her quests. Spells. The spells most commonly used by Hero are Firebolt and Sunburst. Firebolt is a basic elemental spell that conjures arrows covered in flames, which are then launched at the enemy using a weapon. Can burn or explode on impact, making it suitable for both single and multiple targets. The main advantage of using Firebolt is its speed, which gives the enemies little time to defend themselves. This spell is more useful in confined spaces like caves where goblins or other monsters usually dwell, as it can ignite the surrounding areas as well, trapping all of them inside the cave. Sunburst is a high-level spell used by Hero that generates a massive ball of light and fire, resembling a miniature sun. The large attack radius of the spell makes it most suited for obliterating large groups of enemies, and she reserves it for use only against hordes of enemies that need to be quickly annihilated. It's an elemental spell, and only a highly skilled and experienced user like Hero can cast it. She uses this spell to kill Hecatoncheir, a giant beast from the Age of the Gods, when they face each other in battle. Although she's mostly able to defeat her foes using her sword and spells, she is a strong adventurer even without them. She is easily able to evade enemy attacks by jumping and somersaulting through the air. In one of her earliest adventures, she was able to take out members of the Demon Lord's army by just throwing some kicks. Marvelous Verdict. Although Hero has limited screen time in the anime, she made a memorable impression in just a few episodes with her striking appearance and bittersweet character. Many fans loving her abilities and the Holy Sword wielded. She even stole the show for a bit by moving the focus away from Goblin Slayer, who's the star of the anime, but is ranked significantly lower than her. With that, today's video comes to an end. Did you like Hero? What are your favorite parts about her character? We want to hear all about it in the comments section down below, as well as any other Goblin Slayer characters you want us to cover. This is Wizard Wheezy signing off for now, but until next time, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.